Hello everyone, my name is Matti Tahonen, and in this video tutorial I will show you how to create a simple web UI in plain Java and how to deploy that to cloudplatform.sap.com. I will be using NetBeans in this recording, but you can of course use Eclipse, for example, if you happen to be using that. The first thing to do is to create a Vaadin application using an archetype. Let's go search for Vaadin archetype application. So this is the basic archetype that you can use with Vaadin. Let's call the project Vaadin and SAP. And by default, this is actually just using servlet. So this is a servlet-based project, and it deploys this kind of Vaadin UI with a vertical layout, text field, and a button. And because we are starting to use CDI for a more advanced deployment setup, we can get rid of the servlet altogether and just give a hint for Vaadin CDI that this is a CDI-based UI that should be deployed. And then we need to add an annotation, add a dependency to the Vaadin CDI. I will use the latest stable version here and also import that. And let's look at the POM file now. There should be now a new dependency that NetBeans added here. Yes, we can actually get rid of the version and type because those are the defaults. The default version is coming from the Vaadin POM. Also, if you want to get started with more advanced Java EE features or CDI features, then you probably want to switch the servlet API into full Java EE web API. And the version should be 7.0 at this point. And provided scope is okay. And now if we still want to test it locally, we probably want to start it with some handy Maven plugin. And instead of Jetty, we want to use, for example, Tommy plugin. So let's add Apache Tommy Maven and Tommy Maven plugin, and the version should be, yeah, let's use the latest 7 branch. And the configuration, that doesn't actually work. There is some other configuration probably, but at least I want to use context here because I want the application to be deployed to the root so that I don't need to remember what's the name of my application later when I run it. Okay, so let's make a priming build here. So let's build the application, and at this point, if we go to the project directory, you can see that in the target we now have the WAR file, and this is what we will later deploy to Cloud Platform. And now let's try it out here locally. So we now have the Tommy plugin configured, so let's just execute Tommy run. And now we should have, if we go to the localhost address and reload, we have the application here. If you type something in, click it, it executes the logic on the server side and adds a new label to the host page. But before we deploy it to the Cloud Platform, let's make a small exercise to actually take some advantage of this CDI plugin. So there is a small visual logic here. We are doing some very advanced string concatenation. So let's create a new class called, let's call it my service. And we will annotate this with application scoped annotation. So basically this makes this application-wide service. And let's make here one method, public string say hi, string name, and return hello from CDI service name, and that's it. And now we just need to modify the UI class so that we inject the service. So we will use dependency injection here. So we are not instantiating the service, but we are letting CDI container to find a proper MyUI service reference for us. Let's call it service. And now let's fix this into a bit more cleaner code. So service, say hi, and name, get value. Like that. Right, let's stop that and build again, and then we will issue Tommy run. And now if we go to the same application, reload it, try Matti there and click, now it's coming from the CDI service. Perfect. So now we can stop the local service and start deploying this application to SAP Cloud Platform. So first thing you need to do is to log in. Then you can choose a new environment close to you. I'm using the Rotterdam. Actually, I will just use the trial account here. And I already have a couple of Java applications here, but let's add a new one, deploy, and then browse to the WAR file that you have here and choose that. It will automatically give you some kind of application name. You can change that if you want, but you still need to change the version of runtime. So by default, it's still using Java EE6 web profile, but let's use the more modern Java EE7 profile, and at the same time we will get a newer JVM version because we were using some lambdas there in the click listeners, so we need to have this Java runtime environment 8, and then click deploy. And now we can just click start. Now you can see the new application here in your application listing, and if you click on it, we can see that the application is still in the stopped state actually. I think I clicked start, but I guess it comes up here with a small delay. Okay, yes, it's starting. And now there is a JVM being prepared and the application is deployed there, and it will take some time to launch. And once the actual Java application has been started, you can see the application URL, which is automatically updated. And if you click there, you will see the exactly same kind of application, but it's actually deployed to the cloud. So if I write my name here and click it, it works just as it did on the local deployment. Thank you for watching, and refer to the linked blog article for more details.